It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Brighton Bier, and it's a can of their Fat Boy Stout, coming in at 5% ABV in a 440ml can. I like the branding on this. I've had their beers in the past, they've been really good. Their Cyclops Eye Drops is such a good beer. Really enjoyed that. So I'm really pleased to be able to get hold of this stout now to try from these guys. So without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. They must sell a lot of their beer in Asia, because you can see, or can you? Yeah, there you go. There's a language on the side there I don't understand. Pretty cool if they're big in Asia. I mean, good for them. Here we go then. Little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. Look at that. 2-finger, tan-coloured head. Jet black beer in the glass. Slow-moving carbonation. Doesn't that look really good? Really, really good in the glass. Let's get the aroma then. Here we go. Oh, yes. Big, kind of roasty, toasty, biscuity, nutty. Bit of tobacco smoke. Pipe tobacco smoke here in the aroma. Oh, it smells fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Should we dive in? Cheers, everybody. Oh, that's divine. I'm going to put that down. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a beer. What a beer. Roasty, toasty, kind of chocolate, coffee, caramel, creamy mouthfeel. I was looking at the ABV, 5%, and there's a little part of my brain that went, ooh. You know, you put this stout in a 440ml can, it looks the part, it's got a great name, Fat Boy Stout. I was half expecting to come across like an 8% ABV Imperial Stout style beer. And then when I seen it at 5%, it made me kind of just a touch nervous, because they put all that emphasis into the kind of the branding, the name, the good look on the can. It looks it's a really tidy, well presented looking can. You know, and forgive me, you guys must have been thinking the same. That's going to come in at about 8% ABV, but it come in at 5. And on the plus side is that it's got a fantastic body on the beer, a fantastic creamy, rich body that in some ways bridges that gap between it being a 5% stout and that 8% stout that maybe some of you might have thought, myself included, with the name of the beer and the way the beer looked and the lovely can. It had 8% written all over it for me. So to get a creamy mouthfeel on a beer at 5% ABV, a really creamy, rich mouthfeel, is an absolute bonus. It's an absolute bonus. And it just means that instead of just having the one can, you could probably tuck a couple of these away. 2 of these Fat Boy Stouts at 5%. And, you know, your beer drinking escapades gets to continue a little bit, rather than just having the one big one and nodding off in the chair. Lovely. I can't emphasize enough the creamy, rich mouthfeel on this beer. There's flavours of vanilla and chocolate and coffee and caramel, and it's just wonderful. There's a little bit of plum and prune on the back end. But just think about that mouthfeel for a moment. If you were to have the coffee and the chocolate and the caramel flavours coming from this beer, if you were to have any of those flavours in their form, so like a cup of coffee, or like a latte, a creamy latte, it's a creamy mouthfeel. Same as a bitter dark chocolate, creamy mouthfeel in your mouth. This beer's creamy. That flavour, that coffee and the caramel, the coffee and the chocolate is replicated with the creaminess in the beer. It's all tying together, it's all coming together rather nicely. And then you've got that sweet caramel, that little bit of sweet caramel from the malt to begin with. Again, sticky and creamy. Just think Galaxy bar. When you pull a Galaxy, if you're lucky enough to break a square in half of the Galaxy caramel and just have that kind of drippy, sticky caramel on your fingers, it's replicated in this beer. But then on the back end you've got the hops, the plum and the fig and the prune. So where you would have them same hops in a pale ale, and they'd be producing kind of mango and passion fruit and citrus flavours, when you mix that same hop with the roasted malt, it goes from being passion fruit and mango and orange peel to plum and fig and prune, because it's a different mishmash of flavours, this roasted malt versus probably the American hops that are in the beer. Fat Boy Stout is our all-day breakfast stout, brewed with naked oats, chocolate malt, dark Belgian candy and milk sugar. This stout is smooth, rich and easy drinking. So they got the naked oats to give the mouthfeel, and they've called it milk sugar. So the other word for milk sugar is lactose. And I don't mind lactose in stouts. Give me lactose in stouts all day long. But please, 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 don't give me lactose in pale ales or IPAs. For me, they just don't go. Anyway, Fat Boy Stout by Brighton Bier. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Look at the way the beer looks in the glass. Look as I rock the beer back and forth. You can see that quality. You can see that oat. You can see that lactose as you rock the beer back and forth. By the lacing on the glass and the carbonation chasing that head up the glass. Brilliant beer. Really enjoy it. Rating. I like that enough to give it a 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.